Last time on Good Neighbors. Our heroes recover from a near-death experience with a Gator. After escaping the incoming police, they meet with Dr. Garcia and Lewis to discuss their plan. Once everyone has gathered together, Dr. Garcia explains how monsters really operate, that our minds can't comprehend them without help, and so we rationalize them into anything less terrifying. Recognizing that they can't face more weregators alone, the good neighbors decide to call in a little backup.
You got a phone?
I do, yes. And he directs you to like an old-timey rotary phone.
Christ.
It's like sitting on its own, like you know those old like side tables that was just for the phone?
Leland, is there any point in talking to James? Like, I don't think he would help at all, right?
If he hasn't assigned you to deal with this, he doesn't necessarily take interest in it. You might be able to try and get him to help, but he's not going to fight the monster with you. He has zero interest in doing that.
Yeah. Okay. I'll call the clubhouse then. For
right. and who do you think would pick up?
That's a good question. I think maybe Juice might pick up.
Cool. They answer the call, and how much of the explanation do you give them?
They're all kind of on the up and up. So I think I explained that shit's real dangerous, and I think that this might be what happened to Two Socks. And if anyone there, knowing the risks, is looking for a fight, we could use them.
I think that knowing that this is a bit of a revenge plan does light a bit of a fire in Juice's belly. But I think the idea of impromptu, let's go beat monster ass, is a bit maybe rough on their courage. So I want you to roll manipulate a person to kind of inspire them to action.
Okay. That's going to be an 8.
An 8. Okay. Not too bad. On a 7 and 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. So, not say something, we got to do something specifically.
That's tough over the phone.
It really is.
But is making a promise doing something?
No, that's saying something.
That's still saying something?
Yeah.
I don't know how to. Andy, as a player, doesn't know how to do this.
What about them hearing? What about them hearing the sound of you, with a gun? Like, hey, this isn't a joke.
Can you send them a picture of something? Does that count as an action?
I would call that doing something, yeah.
Okay, I mean.
Okay, I'll tell Juice to check his phone, and I'm telling, I'm holding the phone to my chest, and I'm like, hey, Cascius, can you send a picture of what's in your trunk to this number?
Okay.
And
no
then I'm gonna
asked. Cascius is just gonna follow directions.
I'm gonna be like, check your email. There's a dead one in our trunk right now.
Okay, I would totally take that. They check their email. You can hear them be like, what? Oh, hold on. And they take a second, and you can hear like a bottle of wine pop. There's a couple minutes that go by. Give me a second.
Hey, this isn't something. You're not trying to entrap me, right? This isn't like I'm sending a picture to the cops or something, right?
Do I look like a fucking cop?
Well, no, but I don't know. I don't really know any of you that well. Oh, whatever.
as you guys are taking care of this, eventually, it takes a couple minutes because it takes Juice a little bit to get drunk. But eventually they're like, oh, got it. And they're willing to help as best they can. They just need a place to go and what they can do.
I'll explain that, like, someone will be in touch when we know where we're going. And at the very least, if, like, Magpie could maybe run scouting for me, or if, if a couple people come loaded for bear, maybe they can help us with, like, a flank or something. I don't know exactly what we're going to need yet, but,
Yeah, they're at the very least they're going to tell everyone to, like, gear up, drink some Red Bull and stuff and wake the fuck up.
I think we used a bunch of their silver. Loon gave us the last of their silver, damn it. I'll say that I have leftover silver for them if they need it.
All right.
I'm going to start melting down Charlemagne's shit.
Lee, for the use magic option, observe another place or time, does only the caster observe, or can you make it observable to other people?
The caster observes unless you have it as like an advanced move, I think, and you could get into something extra.
Okay.
But yeah.
While I'm out taking a picture of the trunk, is it raining here?
Lighter, as Emmett is a bit far outside the town limits. He's like on the very edge of town, and it's just a little bit lighter here.
Is it still green?
Not so much, no.
Gotcha. But it seemed to be green throughout the town as we drove. Like, it didn't seem like it was only at the docks or something.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay.
Beck, you haven't told me that you need to show someone what a fight looked like, right?
No.
Okay.
I think Beck does ask Flint, do you know if monsters can be caught on film?
Not normally. Well, they can, but people ain't gonna notice them unless they're impaired.
Right,
Why?
all right, but like you could review footage of a monster, after maybe popping an extra riddle and you would see it.
Oh yeah, especially if you know what you're looking for.
Okay. I need to get a visual of one of these gators scrapping.
Why not use the one we fought?
Cause I don't think anyone had a GoPro attached to their head.
Do you trust me, Beck?
Yes?
Do we have a video? I turned to Chalamet. Do you have a video projector anywhere?
I do. Why do you ask?
Would you mind if I took it apart?
Sure, I mean, it's urgent, so I assume you have some sort of plan here, and this isn't...
Yes!
Like some
yes,
antic...
Yes, I do. No, this is not an antic.
Okay.
Antics later.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
So, I have an idea, Beck.
Okay.
I can't do magic myself. As a result, I've tried to learn. Believe me, I have tried to learn. I just can't. As a result, I've kind of had to adapt things to facilitate the effects of magic.
Okay.
If I use this projector and connect it to you, and you use a spell to witness your own fight with the creature, I might, and this is a big might, be able to get a recording of the creature, of your fight with the creature. Why do you need it, by the way?
Flint, do you trust me?
Of course.
Then I can't tell you.
That's all I needed to hear.
Okay. I assume this sounds like you're going to use weird science, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So-
Go ahead and roll it and describe the effect you're trying to pull off.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get Beck to cast her spell that lets her see something that happened somewhere else.
We'd have to go to the spot where we fought the monster, because it's observe a place or a time. So we'd have to go back to the same spot, and then I'd have to just see back in time, I think.
Okay.
Okay,
That is correct, yeah.
Yeah, but continue your thought.
And then I'm going to use the device to analyze the creature. It can be create a device to analyze or deal with strangeness. I would consider this analyzing it. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the device to project what Beck is seeing as far as the fight goes.
Okay, absolutely. Roll it.
All right. And it's plus weird, so that is a 9. On a 7 to 9, I pick one requirement, and the keeper picks the second requirement.
Okay. Cool. It is a 9, so if anyone would like to help out, they may. If you can explain how you would do it.
I'm down to help out, but if you'd rather, like, from a player perspective, kind of play in the space of the mixed success, I also get that.
I'm fine with getting help.
I will try to help, but I'm not particularly cool. I rolled a 5.
All right, 9 it is. Beck, go ahead and mark experience, and potential harm will come to you later.
Great.
Yeah. How are you trying to help?
I mean, it is still like an arcane. I guess it's not arcane, but it is like weird, exaggerated
Kind of.
mad science. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's meant to accept magic, right?
Yes.
I think that it's just sort of offering like a small sort of magical jolt to it or something that kind of backfires and it doesn't work as intended.
Okay, cool. So Flint, go ahead and pick one requirement in the weird science requirements we have here. It needs a rare and or weird material. It won't be very reliable. It requires huge amounts of power or fuel. It will take a long time to get it working. It won't work exactly as you intended, or you need help beyond the hunters on your team to finish it.
I'll go with the rare and or weird material. That seems like the sort of thing that Flint is prepared to deal with.
Okay. If you want to describe a weird material that might be effective here, that seems good to me. And I will say that it requires a huge amount of power or fuel. Like, to be able to take in this like jolt of magical electricity or something, it requires like a ton of yeah, it needs to be able to like power itself with like a large amount. Be it through like some sort of gas generator or like hooking it up to some building's power supply.
All right, and as the rare or weird material, it's actually I'm going to take out the lens of the projector, and it's instead going to shoot through the eye of the weregator.
Nice. I love that.
Ooh.
You dissect this creature's like bulbous eye and I guess like slot it into place, right? You probably have to carve a little bit off the sides, and there's a little bit of I think it's called vitriolic jelly or something like that pastes along the edge of the thing.
I love the idea of like connecting optic nerves to wires.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
And so you will need to take some places massive amounts of power while you are there. So you couldn't like plug it into Garcia's house, power it or something. It needs to be at the location.
Hey Garcia, do you have a gas generator or maybe a second vehicle that you don't mind getting left at a location?
No, I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah, this may be once you get there, improvise the situation.
All right.
I mean, Cascius's car is pretty well fucked for the time being. If the car battery is intact enough, then maybe we could just bring the car battery with us and just use that.
That's not a bad idea.
I mean, I can't proffer pieces of Cascius's car, but...
Cascius, we need to borrow your car battery.
What? Why?
I mean,
for what? What
car.
more could you possibly take from me?
I pull
it's
out.
already not going anywhere, right? So
I pull out my flask. I'll trade ya.
I guess one's more useful to me than the other right now. Sure. Take it. Take whatever.
Okay.
Fine, whatever you need.
All right, now here's the last issue I'm seeing with this. If you want to blindfold me so I don't see whoever needs to see this, that's fine, but whoever you need to show this to is going to need to be on location when I project this.
Really? Alright. Well...
In theory, the machine is already done itself. It just needs to be hooked up to the power source. So if you want, Flint, you and anybody else can stay behind to perform the autopsy, and anyone who you feel is necessary to discreetly steal power from the shipyard to power this device should go there.
Okay. I'm cool. Alright. But it is a projection that the Bulwark needs to watch, like an old tiny movie. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Beck obviously needs to go. Do we need a second person? We could bring Flint and just blindfold him, I think.
Yeah. You have to, you'll have to illegally siphon power from a building nearby.
Oh, I thought we could take it from the car battery.
It's true. You can try it, yeah.
I mean, that's my only plan.
If you need someone to get in somewhere, I'm pretty slippery. You know, metaphorical sense and not a literal sense or anything like that. But
yeah, and you're pretty good about being deeply in denial anyway, so...
What could you possibly mean by that?
At least your own brand.
I have a question.
Sure.
The Bulwark is all fucking ninja wizards, right?
Are you asking out of game or in game?
I'm asking out of game.
Out of game. Kinda, yeah.
Couldn't they do the same spell
Not all of them.
from the same location?
Not all of them can do magic.
Okay.
So,
Fair.
yeah. Yeah, only like the higher level, like powered people can do it.
Okay.
And they need everybody to see it.
I'm down to do take Beck and Cascius down back to the shipyard in a scene, and then maybe between now and then do a scene with June and Flint.
Seems good to me. All right, who would like to go first?
I guess me and June will go first.
Oh yeah.
Or you guys go first.
No, I like June and Flint, just to break it up.
All right.
Garcia leads you to Flint and June to the shed that you had been in previously, which is not terribly sizable, but is out of the way and will be quiet, and his niece won't interrupt too much, or won't really like be around to hear all of the noises and things. So you'd be like kind of your back's up against the walls a little bit physically and kind of like pushing over tools every now and again, but it will do the job.
I have come to a terrible realization.
What's that?
I think Beck was physically stronger than the three of us, and we let her go, and now we have to carry the Gator.
Why?
Well, we need to bring it into the shed so I can do an autopsy.
Oh, damn. Can I do necromancy? Can I, make it walk there?
That would be basically creating a monster, right?
I just want to... I just want to, electrify its muscles, you know?
I think you could do Beyond Human Limitations just to lift it on your own, or you could, get a wheelbarrow or something.
Can I cast that on Flint so he has to carry it?
I suppose.
Okay. Cool. Hey, Flint, you want to get, real strong for a minute?
Yeah, I've been doing pull-ups every day. I've been trying to get real strong.
Cool. I'm going to give you a hand with that. I cast, do something outside human limitations, and I chant, Thulakhan Ma! And, I, offer Flint another cigarette.
While you turn away to cast, Flint has turned around and exposed the part of his ass that you normally stick a steroid shot in.
I'm like, that's not how this is gonna work, my friend.
Oh.
Take a hit of this.
Flint takes the cigarette.
I got an 11.
All right, your magic works without issue. Choose your effects. Do one thing beyond limitations. Flint, what does Flint feel as he imbibes the smoke?
His eyes dilate, and for a brief second, he feels like an S appear on his chest.
And you feel super, and you can feel your muscles kind of swell a little bit as you carry the Gator into the shed. And it's open. There are saws and like wood cutting tools and things that could help you carve it open. And it's dead, so it's not gonna fight you on it.
Yeah. I'm going to use the silver nail that I was given to make primary incision lines, and then use more crude tools to cut further to ensure that I'm not met with any resistance.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me Investigate a Mystery.
That is going to be a beautiful 13.
13. Okay. You hold 2.
Where did it go? I'm looking specifically at fluids in the lungs, seeing if there's any evidence of particles from a specific location, sawdust, specific water, whether it be brackish or not.
Okay. As you carve into its lungs, its stomach, and start separating out the pieces, with what tools you have, you can tell pretty readily within, maybe accidentally in its lungs and definitely in its stomach, that there is seawater in there. So some connection to the ocean for sure. Digging a little further into its stomach, you can see what looks like charcoal and like plastic in it that imply to you some sort of filtration is there. And your best bet as to where this monster came from, for it to have maybe bitten through something or chewed on something to get these pieces in its stomach and lungs, is a desalination plant, a place where they take seawater and make it into fresh water for drinking purposes.
And would I be able to use what happened here or what is being concealed here to tell if this were creature was originally a person?
Sure. I think in what you have not experienced, but read about lycanthropes, is that to transform, it requires an enormous amount of energy. They have to be the person who would do it would have to have like consumed a lot beforehand, would likely be unconscious for a while to have to like conserve energy so that when they do transform, their body can handle it. And that usually comes with like a lot of physical problems, like muscle stretching, bones snapping and reconfiguring and things like that. And I think you can find that they aren't present on this creature, implying to you that this monster produced like a set of originals to then infect and transform other people.
Is Mr. Steele in the room with us?
I don't think so. I don't think he wanted to see this.
In that case, I'm just going to relay all of that information to the doctor and June.
So this was a person.
No.
So this wasn't a person.
Correct. This is one of the originals sent out to infect people.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'll go tell the young man.
All right.
Okay. And he heads out into the room, into back into his house.
Do we know how it infects people?
That's not what you asked, so no.
Hey, Flint?
Yeah.
What do you think will happen if I eat some of this thing?
Nothing good.
Like in a cool way or like in a bad way?
Probably a bad way. You said you wanted the tongue, right?
Well, yeah, but I was gonna eat it.
How about I preserve it for you when we wait for further research?
Cool. I like that plan.
And I'm going to take the teeth and the tongue and just grab some chemicals from around this tool shed and try to preserve those things for further experimentation.
Sure, you can like set them in alcohol and things, but he doesn't have like formaldehyde or
yeah,
proper preservatives. Sure.
I don't know. He seems like the sort of person who would be into taxidermy, maybe.
We open on the shipyard of McGann Harbor, where we see Beck Toohey and Cascius Montgomery pulling up in Dr. Garcia's car, which he was reticent to allow, but it's monsters. It's important. As well as a pickup truck, 2 Shonda Civics, and several other baseline cars also pulling up into the area and parking on the streets. Beck, what is the general visual vibe that the rest of the Bulwark gives off?
They look like very regular, mundane people. Like they look pretty underwhelming, honestly. But they all have like duffel bags and backpacks and so on that they don these like orange robes, like cult robes with the classic like hood and everything like that. But they look like shitty cosplayers. I can't stress how much they are not impressive.
Yeah, like you see like Eugene over there with his like little "hi, how are you" glasses and his like button-up polo and his khakis, dig into his car, and he pulls out like the orange robe and whips it around, and suddenly now face shadowed over does look a little threatening. But anytime like their leg kind of comes out from under the robes there, you can be like, and this is a 9-to-5er, you know, like they look totally normal outside of it.
For sure.
Beautiful. And of course we see the illustrious Chuck Hayes as he steps out. He's got like an acoustic guitar case over his back, which you know conceals his katana. And he gives like a salute and looks at Cascius and says like, "Good to meet you," and he gives out a handshake.
I will shake his hand very
Just
eagerly.
the firmest, like warmest but firmest handshake you've ever had.
It is an oddest pleasure. I have heard nothing about you, but I have filled in a lot of gaps on my own.
Well, that's great. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? They have brought like lawn chairs and things because they want to be comfortable, and someone has brought like a boxed Dunkin' Donuts coffee or Funkin' Donuts coffee, and they are passing that around in like the little paper cups as everyone's getting ready to sit. And where are you setting this out?
I think we like intentionally kind of had people park so that their cars form this little like semicircle against a wall. So we kind of have a bit of like an enclosure. Mm-hmm. And we're going to project the memory kind of against the wall.
Okay. So you set up against one of the industrial buildings as people start pulling out their folding chairs and sitting down. And a lot of them are kind of chit-chatting with themselves, like, hey, Harry, how you doing? How's Karen going? How's Karen doing? And Chuck has to be like, all right, guys, now it's time there's monsters on the loose. Let's do this. And they sit down and quiet down and get all comfy. And what does your magic look like as you hook your brain up to the sort of video projector machine that Flint has built that has the eye of a weregator as its lens?
Beck pulls a pair of 3D glasses out of their lunchbox. It's like those classic 3D glasses with the one lens is red and one lens is blue, and pops them on and cool rolls a 11. So when the memory projects through the camera, it's in that like overlay of the red and blue and has like a 3D quality.
Rock on. All of the Bulwark also pull out their 3D paper glasses, and we see like this array of people in like dark spooky robes lift back, and now they're in dumb 3D glasses. And the video plays. We see the monster flip the car, slash through Beck's shoulder. We see them chomping or attempting to chomp down on Cascius as he's getting, buried in oil and copper wire as he plays hero for a little while. I think they do hear the intro outside of "Let's see what happens when you mess with the water department." They think like, "Oh wow, this guy must be some sort of secret agent." Yes. Oh, very cool, very cool. And as you guys are watching this video, if you recall, the police had shown up in this area not terribly long ago. Now, when Beck attempted to work with the machine and try to put a little bit of her magic in it, she flipped a little bit of its audio frequency that started to ping off the police radars, causing them to go a little funky. And I think we see down the road, because the physical car enclosure makes it hard for them to find a good place to park, that there are some like officers walking on the street. They haven't like turned their lights on or anything, but we do know that they are kind of a little bit more covertly scanning the area or looking around for signs of a reported car bombing.
Okay. How much longer do we have? Like, how much longer is the memory movie?
That whole fight took about 10 to 15 minutes. So you're going to need to either hold them off or get them out of here for another at least 10 minutes.
Okay. I think Beck turns to Cascius and relays the situation. Okay, you're the slick one. What do we do?
I'll go talk to him, I guess. I'm sure I can think of something. You just focus on that memory thing, because I imagine you gotta be here for that. So I guess I can take care of him if you need me to.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye out, though.
Okay.
Help when I can.
That sounds like a good plan.
how far do you let them get before you go and kind of cut them, like head them off? Are they able to like see the wall? They may not see like the 3D version of it, but do you let them see like the wall projection?
I will let them see just maybe like a little bit of it, but I want to try to catch them before they can see what's playing, or maybe if the 3D is obscuring it enough that you can't see it. Like, I wanted to basically just, they see that there's film being played here.
Okay. They show up, they kind of look, more tired. They're not like high alert, like guns out, like what's going on over here. They're just kind of like walking around and like having a donut and just checking out the area. Like it was cleared earlier because you guys have been away for about an hour and a half. And they're just kind of, as they kind of show up from around the building corner, they stop and suddenly put a hand out and go, "Whoa, hey, what you doing?"
Oh, we're just looking at some dailies from the Gillen film, and so we just got a few people over there. Don't mind the uniforms; they're just extras from the last scene. And a few of them are Scientorists, you know what I mean? So they got a little strange, up in the head. Not those Hollywood types. I don't really get them, but we're just looking at the footage from today. That's all.
You see them look at each other consistently throughout that like fast talking scene, as they have missed a lot of what you just said, or at the very least some of those definitely weren't words, and they go, "Gillen film?"
Yeah, you haven't heard about that? There's a little indie film going on nearby, just using the location for a little while. I don't know how long. I haven't spoken to the AD recently, but apparently Gyllenhaal's going to be in it for a little bit. Maybe he'll come to town. I don't really know. I'm just just working on the project. I was looking at the dailies.
All right, classic scenario. Roll me a little manipulative person.
I'm very nervous.
I hate this.
It's a 6 + 2. That's an 8.
Okay, and one of the police officers goes, "Gyllenhaal?" And the other one says, "You have a permit to be doing this out here? You haven't got anything on public records."
Oh, we weren't filming out here. We're just looking at the footage of the day. We could pack it up, I'm sure, and move it out in a few minutes if that's the problem. We only have a little bit left to look at, and then we'll be on our way if that's okay.
All right, on a 7 to 9, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show you mean it. If you've asked too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, we take for them to do it. And I just told you, having any sort of permit or licensing to be doing showings or anything out here as a public event. Or I guess business event, if that is the case.
How about this? How about I don't think we have any permits to be showing stuff right now, but how about this? If you stay with me here, and I can even take you a little bit closer if you want, and you can just sort of supervise us, make sure that we're doing everything okay. You can't actually look at the film because then you'd have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and that would just be a whole mess of stuff. Because then when you file your reports, it would get all messy. But you can look at us and make sure that we're not causing trouble if that's okay, and then we'll be packing up and on our way.
I think you have to do something physically. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to allow them some access to us to prove that we're not doing anything weird. So I'm willing to bring them. I'm trying to bring them closer so they can see us, but at such an angle that they won't see the what's actually being filmed, and they can see that I'm actually telling the truth and we're just a bunch of harmless people.
Already. Sure. I think you are aided by the fact that as soon as you arrive on the scene, a lot of the people here do kind of get the drill in that, no normies, where they knowingly open their robe a little bit more so people can see, or the officers can see their button-ups, their track suits and things like that. But they just kind of look really normal and don't have this is a crime outfit on. They're wearing salmon colors and blues and nothing they're wearing any sneaky clothes or anything.
So I'm good.
And they sit there and they watch you guys, and they play up ooh, and drink coffee and pretend it is just a movie.
Nice. Well, yeah, as you can see, they're just some extras. We're letting them look at the dailies because it helps them feel like they're more of a part of the process. Throw them a few bones. There's some locals in there. I wouldn't, trying to make them feel a little bit special. That's all.
Wonderful. They one of them almost like fakes being offended because they forgot they were selling a fiction. Like welcome. But otherwise, yeah, they play along, and the officers sit here throughout the process of you watching the video, and you can see that Chuck is a little nervous just to have them around, but he hasn't like, whipped out his katana or anything.
That'd be wild if he did.
And yeah, they eventually get on their way, and Chuck, comes over to you and says, "That was very informative. Thank you. Do you mind if we keep working with this while you get yourselves in order?"
Yeah. And I just want to let you know that I think that the Gator fight was, maybe not some of my best work.
I noticed that.
I think Beck is like rubbing the back of their neck and is blushing because they had to show the entire cult this video of them getting their ass beat by a Gator man.
Some of them are still impressed regardless because you survived. But you can see that Chuck is like, you did not take the proper defensive methods first before engaging, and that is not ideal. But I will be with you on the field this time to supervise, so it's not like I'm going to be taking you out of the mission.
Okay, cool. Great. And I'm gonna kick complete ass next time, sir. That is my professional guarantee. No ass left unkicked.
One of the Bulwark is like, yeah. As Chuck is like, that's not our motto. We need to be some safety, practice our discipline. But we will get to that soon, okay? The rest of us will stay in the area, maybe head over to the gym to kind of shore up our skills and prepare mentally. Is there anything else you need to do, Acolyte?
I'm still feeling kind of rough from the last altercation, so I wouldn't mind a little bit of a patching up.
Okay. He stretches his his back out. He flexes his fingers and stretches a little bit, and he is going to pull out like a little first aid kit and check over your wounds. And I will say that with a light touch of magic and a little bit of medicine, he'll heal you for 1 as part of aiding in the mission.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. And I think after that time is when you get a call from Chalamet asking if everyone can reconvene, set up a plan, get ready, and go.
Yeah, for sure. We got to make one quick stop on our way back, but then we're ready to get some Gator. Or, Gator's boss.
Oh, okay. Be back when you are ready then. Thank you.
Beck, how do we, what is it that we're exactly going to fight right now? Because it seems like we're doing a lot of setting up for stuff, and I don't really know what.
I don't really know either. A lot of the times, real big monsters have like little henchmen, little minions, and if that Gator was a minion, I am scared to see what's in charge of it. That's why I kind of want to stop by my house right before we head over. I want to pick up a couple things.
Fine with me. If you think it'll be helpful, I'm sure I trust you.
Oh, it'll help.
Yeah.
We don't need to actually see that.
I think we'll see it in a second.
Yeah, like we don't need to do a scene of them getting their stuff. I just think it'd be cool to show up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
All right. The gang reconvenes at Dr. Garcia's house, where he has gathered his supplies. He's gotten like his little med kits that he keeps. He's wearing like a motorcycle helmet. He doesn't have a whole lot, but he's doing what he has. He has like some knee pads and sporty things and what have you. Yes, Andy.
While Flint and June were hanging out, can June have rested some while Flint was doing the autopsy to heal?
Absolutely. I also think that
Cool.
Garcia has some light medical training because they deal with this sort of thing. So I absolutely think you can heal at least, either one of you can heal at least one.
I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. And as everyone collects, yeah, if anyone wants to and if you wanted to describe what your character looks like after they show up with the stuff, more than welcome to.
When they return, Beck has a set of armor. It is 2 pauldrons and a gorget, and coming off of the actual metal armor is like this big, heavy, dark orange poncho, and then laid across the poncho is chainmail. And they have a big sword on their back.
It's a big fucking sword. Nice.
Yeah.
Chalamet recommends that you go out and you grab whatever gear, whatever like supplies that you think are necessary for this mission that you have are necessary. And if you don't have anything, he can spare you some. And for this part, if you recall in the very beginning, I told you guys like you shouldn't be packing like your all 13 guns that your character sheet gives you at any given moment in the very beginning. I would say that this is an appropriate moment to say like what your character does to go get the rest of the supplies if you didn't have them already. Like if your character has like a shotgun, a rifle, a sword, and like armor or something, and we haven't been using it before, now would be the appropriate time to go gather it.
My gear is pretty much I roll to see if I have my gear. So
That makes sense.
Flint grabs some stuff, and who knows if it's what I need.
You'll fuck around and find out.
We have a silver nailed like baseball bat and silver bullets.
I don't think we know that this monster's weakness is silver. I mean, it might be, because...
No,
at this point, it's
we found that
fair.
out because we already injured it with silver. We
Well,
injured one of the Gator.
that was a minion, though. We don't know if the main monster has the same weakness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Probably going to be more minions at the very least.
Yeah, that's fair.
Since we're all leaving to get our gear, I believe that would mean I have time to head to my storage shed,
Absolutely.
where I can do some further research.
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. So that's a +4 on Investigate a Mystery because of the lore library. Even with a +4, that's still... it's a 9. 9 isn't terrible.
All right.
Did anybody come with me to the storage shed, or did I go on my own?
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any way you could help out with this? Because I have 2 questions that we really need answered.
Okay. I don't always get to look at the tomes, but I remember a couple things. I got a 9.
9? All right, that'll do it. That'll bring you up to a 10. You can ask 2 questions.
All right. So for the big thing, what kind of creature is it?
What sort of creature is it? As you are flipping through your tomes, I think as flipping through a mixture of more magical and more regular scientific ones, you note that a lot of people mention gators just as like a point of interest because they're so fucking huge, and this like been this almost the same exact way since the beginning of time. Not a lot of evolution was necessary after a certain point, as their genealogy just kind of figured it out. So it's a subject of interest for like a lot of people, and a lot of sort of conspiracy theorists and cryptozoologists have thought over the time that if there were to be a lycanthrope that took the form of a weregator, it would be really, really bad. And as you were flipping through those and comparing it to notes from other potential monster makers and monstrous lore, you would know that if these creatures are to be the lesser of something, if these are being controlled by a mother creature or central monster, that requires like a lot of energy, a lot of nutrient intake, a lot of stability. It needs like some kind of nest in theory. And the monster that pings out to you the most is definitely a weird one. This monster is more vulnerable, but also more dangerous because it has access or the creation of very powerful minion monsters. This monster, in the diagrams of it that you can find, it takes several different shapes depending on the creature that it spawns. But the diagram you see is like this collection of like mud and twigs and whatnot that form this sort of nest. And on it, attached to it in the sort of fleshy sacs along the sides, look like eggs, which seem to be incubating like human skeletons. They are like translucent and gel-like in the diagrams, and this monster is called the Clutch, and it births new creatures after absorbing humans. That is the method in which it creates new lycanthropes.
All right, and for my second question, what can hurt this nightmare fuel?
The Clutch is this almost like this womb or heart chamber where it is stationary and extremely vulnerable. There's maybe the greatest sense of hope you can get from this is that it is immobile. It will just sit there and wait for its minions to bring victims back to perform this sort of operation on. What can kill it is anything that would disturb its extremely sensitive home nest environment. So if you recall, like gators will get like will become sickened if they are exposed to like the wrong kind of water, or if their water has like chlorine or something in it. Its nest will be underwater, and if you can poison that water, it will start to die. But it will likely be guarded by a shit ton of its minions.
So we got to become Captain Planet villains?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We have to be reverse eco-terrorists.
And is its nest in the salt water or the fresh water?
It'll be in the fresh water. If you recall, its home base, as based on your autopsy from the previous Gator, is that it is within like a freshwater end of the desalination plant, which implies to you that it will be in like these giant vat tubs that are like where they, you know, put gallons and gallons and gallons of water into.
Okay.
And it'll be at the bottom of that, so.
Okay. So
Okay,
I'm gonna head back
we're
to
gonna need a lot of Kool-Aid.
And yeah, essentially relay that to everyone. So do we
There's
just
like
go,
a surrounding or a resounding, I hate that.
Yeah, me too. Do we want to like go to a pool supply store and just buy a bunch of chlorine tablets, or?
I was just gonna dump Kool-Aid in it. Like, I mean, anything works, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I imagine the idea is that the stronger the substance, the faster it will work.
All right.
Kool-Aid's pretty strong. You can dye hair with it.
And-
So
What if we got Gatorade?
I get it. Anyone have any connections to like BP or anything like that? They're really good at polluting water.
Whatever we want, I can get it.
What if we just bought a bunch of gasoline at the gas station?
That works.
Maybe-
That's a good one.
You don't have to pay for gas. Do you pay for gas?
Where do you get gas from?
do you steal gasoline?
When I borrow a car, yeah. One, you can either just fast and furious a truck, or two, like it's just in other people's cars.
For
Or you could
liability's
take
sake,
the bus, June. Or you could just take the bus.
You know how that guy who wrote, I think he wrote like Fight Club or something, couldn't include part of it because he wrote how to make like a car bomb or something like that, or like a pipe bomb. I feel like we're gonna get to that point eventually, where June's like, and here's how you do a crime. And we have to be like, no, you don't.
It's just in other people's cars. You can just take it.
Flint is looking on in horror.
You just pick cars that have Republican bumper stickers.
Flint is
mean-
looking on with less horror.
Well, if it's in a desalination plant, isn't that already presumably somehow connected to the ocean? Couldn't we just reopen that and flood it with ocean water?
I have no idea.
We could. Is there a dam? We can blow up the dam.
No, we don't have to, is the thing. There are a lot of things that we could do, June, but they're not things that we should do.
Look, I'm just playing 4D chess over here, y'all.
It is not particularly discreet to blow up a dam.
Gator men aren't discreet either. We got some fucking birthing chamber in the water that we gotta deal with.
What do you think, Chalamet?
I like just acquiring hazardous fluids, shutting off the pipe flow from the salination plant in case it goes to anyone's house, and then filling whatever vat this thing is in with hazardous chemicals. Or if maybe this is my brain getting ahead of itself here, turning on the plant wherever it's in. I don't know if they like stir it around or something. That might be good.
Why not both?
Why not both?
Por qué no los dos?
Yeah. My only thought process is like, if the thing has been guarded by the gators, if the gators are in the water, you can't really shoot them, right? I don't know a lot about guns, but I do think that they get less good in water.
Can we electrify the water?
I mean, yes.
To be honest, I think that the killing of the clutch, as you called it, will be the easy part. It is the fending off its critters that will be the difficult one. So I think the thing we should think about is maybe how we establish a safe zone within it first. Within that area.
I mean, theoretically, too, we could just drop some fishing dynamite down there and blow it up.
Really on this explosion plan.
I mean, I feel like it's going to be quicker than chemicals, right?
I have no idea.
I don't necessarily think so. We don't know if this thing has any regenerative properties as long as it's in a stable environment. What we are looking to do is to destabilize the environment that it's in.
Okay.
So just blowing it up might not be...
Okay. I say we get a truck of insert chemical here, and then we just try and protect the truck and then dump it into the water.
Like drive the truck into the water?
Or just back it up and then dump the chemicals out the butt of the truck.
Must be some kind of like access point, a loading zone that we could get a truck through.
And if we just have people with silver bullets and weapons protecting the truck to get it to the edge of the water, and then we just pour the chemicals in.
We could get a hold of some colloidal silver, maybe. It has like small silver particles in it, but it's a liquid. People say that you can use it as part of like diet fads, but I think it's actually really bad for you.
It does sound very easy to get large quantities of on short notice.
I don't know. Go to the fucking vitamin store.
We can just go to the nearest evangelical church and ask all of the women, which business, which pyramid scheme they're a part of, and then get it.
Yeah, pick up some Mary Kay while we're at it. I don't know. I'm throwing fucking spaghetti against the wall and seeing what sticks.
I really think just going to the gas station and buying a few things of gas is the easiest.
I'm only afraid of that because...
We're not spending money on it, though. I can just get it for free.
The only thing that I'm worried about with gasoline is that we'll have a repeat of the Cascius mobile situation where if a spell or something goes haywire, we might light the gasoline on fire.
Yeah, we're going to be using presumably a lot of guns.
We'll be real careful with the casting. I guess guns.
What if we grab like big things of like hydrogen peroxide? Does that seem fair? Change the what's the word? Acidity?
Yeah.
pH level?
Yeah.
Do a little of that. Get
that
some
seems good.
rock salt for the roads. And
We can
stuff
just
like that.
we can just get
everything
pH from any pool supply store. Andy says because they worked at a pool supply store for 3 summers.
Right back to my first suggestion.
Yeah.
All right. How about we scatter? We go collect whatever it is that we need. I am nervous to ask, but June, can you get us a pickup truck?
A pickup truck or like a tanker?
I think all we need is a pickup truck.
Oh,
Yeah, because I think mobility is going to be our biggest thing here.
yeah, I'll get us a pickup truck, sure.
Okay.
Doctor, I don't have any money. Can you buy the pool supplies?
Yeah, here. And he like takes out his wallet and hands you like $100. You go to wherever you're going. I will. We're using one car. I will get an Uber, taxi. I'll get a taxi to get other things. I'll run to the grocery store.
I mean, you could take your car. If I went back to my storage shed, presumably I have my
Your dirt bike. Oh yeah. Okay, then we can do this. Okay. All right. Good work, team. And is there anything we're missing?
What do you want me to do? I'm ready, and I
think-
Put him in, coach.
I hate saying this, but I think you should go with June to steal the car.
Sounds good to me. As long as
I
Tim
don't
has
want
no
this to
problem.
sound judgmental, but I think it would be playing to your strengths.
Oh, you read me so well. I usually play it so close to the chest. I don't know how you saw that.
Beck, you don't have to fill me in on any of the specifics, but did you accomplish what you needed to accomplish?
Yeah, we should have some backup.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, you guys, I think maybe we could get this Gyllenhaal film off the ground if we really wanted to. I think we're getting some good groundswell on it.
Gyllenhaal film?
I saw it trending on Twitter.
Scatter. All right. June, actually, would you mind rolling me your fixer ability to get a car?
Sure.
Am I able to help with that? I don't know if that's
Absolutely. As you are now helping the scheme.
I rolled real good. That is a 10 plus, I believe, 2 for fixer, so 12.
Rock
I
on.
rolled a 6.
Then you get what you need to get. There is, I think, like a dirty, beat-up pickup truck. I think the ease of access comes from... Oh, actually, would you like to describe like how your getting of the car as a team?
Yeah, so I'll go with Cascius, and I'm going to meet up with the South Swamp Devils, 4 of them at least. And one of them, Bishop, is like the go-to for like petty crimes. So we're going to find a truck with a bunch of right-wing flags and bumper stickers and shit like that. And we're just going to zero in on that one. And it's ours now. And we are taking it. And I think Bishop is extremely good at picking locks and hot wiring. And, Cascius and the other devils kind of play lookout, and then once the car is running, we all kind of jump in the back and take off.
Okay. And Cascius, what is a complication that happens that you like whisk away with just like a cool line or two?
Oh goodness! I rolled a 6 total, so I think whatever it is not particularly good. I think a bystander tries to walk by, and he's real confident about the water department bit from earlier, so he's gonna he's gonna turn to one of the people he's with. He's gonna be like, "Yo, look at this! Look at how cool I'm gonna be." He's gonna put the train conductor hat on and like talk a whole bunch of shit, and they're gonna just be like really focused on the train conductor hat, and then just walk away more because they think he's crazy than because he's actually convinced them of anything.
That was singular person is probably like, this is probably a crime happening, but it's not my business. And they walk away. All right. You get your car. Flint runs back to their storage shed to get their gear. Beck has grabbed their sword and their armor. All right. Everyone has been relayed or informed of the location, the plan. As you all kind of reconvene to put the various like chemicals and salts and supplies into the flatbed of this truck, what does everyone look like? How describe how you're kind of revving up for what will surely be a very deadly encounter.
Flint is dressed the same as he always is because he doesn't have many clothes. He has his duffel bag over his shoulder with gun, with a shotgun and crowbars sticking out. Honestly, he looks tired.
Okay.
I
think Beck is doing like drills with the big like two-handed sword and is like clearly breaking a sweat because the sword and the like armored poncho are like pretty heavy. It's clearly not like their preferred fighting style, but it is deadlier, so it's, you know, a good time to break it out. I also think Beck will try to heal themselves at least one more harm before we go into this giant boss battle.
Sure.
June is going to check on each of the four devils that came. They're all rocking the like matching vest with the symbol on the back, and they all have guns or other paraphernalia and weapons ready to kick ass. And then June will go off by themselves and take out their mixtape and switch from Britney Spears to Tyler Glenn and just like jam out to Shameless, and then come back over to the group and be like, yeah, I'm ready.
Nice.
I think we see Cascius at his half-burned car, like taking out pieces of paper that are like partially burned, but probably have like permits and like fake stuff like that. He's like stuffing them into pockets, almost like he heard that one story about Teddy Roosevelt. Someone tried to shoot him, and it got like the bullet got stopped by his manuscript. He's just hoping maybe if he stuffs paper down everything that it might protect him somehow. He's got like a cafeteria tray that he shoves up the front of his shirt. He doesn't imagine it'll do a whole lot, but he's hoping it'll be helpful in some way.
Very good. Brilliant. I think we see.
We rip all of the right-wing bullshit off this car too.
I had assumed.
Yeah, we like spray paint it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think the truck looks so like it looked ugly before, but it also looks ugly now in that it like has like a bunch of weird bulges from like spray paint, like covering dumb patches and stuff. And not that they care. We see Dr. Garcia all padded up in like motorcycle armor. He couldn't really get like, you know, monster fighting gear, but you can get like some padding here and there. He's still wearing like his suit jacket, which looks a little funky in it, but it's, you know, he kind of can't not look at least a little well dressed, even if he looks a little silly. He's got like his gun. He's got like a hunting knife on him. And we see Lewis Steele like hands on the window, like looking from inside. Like, do I go? Do I help? They're protecting me.
I'm just going to yell, do you want to come?
Should I? He opens the window. Should I?
It's up to you. Do you want to fight them or do you want to stay here?
I feel like you're protecting me, so it's probably my responsibility, isn't it?
It's up to you.
If you come, you gotta wear that puke gas mask because it's that pollen shit's gonna be everywhere. So really weigh your options here.
It's gonna be cool but scary,
and probably smell like puke.
I think it's important that we have someone watch on the home base. So, I mean, if you feel up to that task.
All right, let me roll for it. Because everyone gave conflicting answers.
Yeah, Becky's like, no, do not come.
Flint is thoroughly of the opinion of this kid got into this on his own accord. He should decide where he wants to go from here.
He's like 22.
This small child.
This little boy.
Soren, how old are you?
Oh, he's like Cascius is old, like mid-40s.
No, I mean, how old are you, Soren?
No, don't worry about it. I am a man's age.
Very good. He opens the window and he he closes the window. He looks around for a second, and we see him come out with like a set of golf clubs, and he's like, I feel like this is also my responsibility now. If you're going to help protect me, Mr. O'Hare.
Fuck yeah, Casey Jones.
I give him my shotgun.
No.
I do not know how to use this.
I take it back.
I'm gonna take the kid over and be like, look, you see those people?
Yeah.
Those are fucking warrior ninjas, monks. Do you see those people?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all queer anarchist socialist gang people. And then you see those people, and I point to like our crew, the Monster Hunter crew, and I'm like, they're all monster hunters. Pick a group, stick with them, and ask someone in that group to show you a couple moves real quick.
I think your sort of neighborhood watcher, probably the closest in age to Lewis, and probably looked the most of like what he's used to hanging out with. So I think he's like, I'll go over there.
Cool.
And instantly, one of them like pulls out like a chain with like an axe head on it. And he's like, okay, we're gonna do it like this. You ready? And he like swings it around.
Yeah. He's going to get a tattoo by the end of this.
He's going to be wearing that gas mask too, right? Because I know the pollen
he's wearing it now.
activates his whole
He's wearing
condition.
it now. So I guess I should reasonably tell you that Lewis can help, and you can be like, hey, Lewis, go do this, and he'll do it. But he also obviously poses a risk in that if something were to go really, really, really wrong, he might turn into a weregator and bite you.
Dope.
But yeah. The camera does a series of quick flashes to Garcia getting into his nice car and maybe tearfully looking at what will probably be destroyed. We see Chuck pull his sword and armor from his guitar case as the Bulwark goes through some final step drills and some reminders about expanding from a place of safety. We see rubber hit the ground as the pickup truck with black spray paint all over it starts speeding down the road as someone one of the watch is like outside the hood roof of it, like swinging a chain and going woo as they are speeding down the city streets and causing a reasonable disturbance. They are like blasting music. There's like a very obvious like dissonance between them and the Bulwark.
I think the Bulwark are all like piled into like a soccer mom minivan, and like one of the members of the Bulwark works for like Comcast or something, so they have like a chunky like installation van or something, and they're all just piled into those two.
June, by the way, is just completely fascinated by getting to meet the Bulwark. I think anytime June like kind of starts walking closer to like introduce themselves, Beck is like intercepts or like sends the little boy over to like interrupt and like ask June a question or something like. And June never quite gets over there, but
I like that just like random chance won't allow you to get there as well. Like no one's gonna intervene, and then suddenly one of the people's like car engines like starts spewing out white smoke, and someone has to come deal with it. Or like
Luna's like, we're doing shots, get over here, June. Like this is for 2 socks. It's like, oh, okay, sure. Yeah, okay,
brilliant. And everyone hits the goddamn road. As you are rolling down the city streets, it is eerily quiet. Normally, one would think that if this is like a creature that would spawn little minions to be out and about, they would be so. There would be talk on like the radios or the TV that maybe something's wrong or that someone got hurt or that there's just a gator loose somewhere, and there isn't. Everyone seems to be inside. It's quiet. It's raining. Morning will come in maybe an hour, so you can see that the sky has sort of taken this sort of shift between an orange and a purple, and it is maybe might have been beautiful if not for the fact that like just on the end of it, cresting on the beach, is this mechanical rundown desalination plants, this sort of water treatment place that is just marring the natural beauty of this area. As you guys are pulling up, you can see that it is surrounded by those like chain link fences that say no trespassers, keep out, hazardous chemicals on site, power lines down or something like that. Like this is like an electrical hazard. There's a lot of problems here. Don't go here. As everyone kind of pulls up into the parking lots or side streets to get themselves ready. What do you all do?
I'm gonna send Magpie to scout ahead. That's kind of their specialty. And I'm gonna tell them not to go far, but just if they can give us a lay of the land a little bit about what to expect.
Okay. I think they are they recently got like a series of like selfie sticks and like little GoPro things to kind of help aid their like sneakiness while they're doing this. And they get up onto like a higher place to do a little bit of surveying, and they tell you that it seems to be really calm. It doesn't seem like there's like monsters lurking in the area, but it also looks crazy fucking dirty.
Uh-huh.
That it's like really like mucky. There's mud everywhere. That they're like branches and twigs, and there's not like well, there is like a swampland nearby. There's not like freestanding trees, but there are logs in here.
Can we get the truck through?
Yeah, you just have to like open the link fence, which I'm sure it doesn't require a roll. Someone would just have to like take a pair of bolt cutters and open it up.
Cool. I'm gonna look to the monster hunting team and be like, first off, y'all, we need a name. We got Ninja School.
Is that the first order of business right now?
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, this is really important. I kind of like what the good doctor said earlier.
What did Chalamet call us?
Good neighbors.
That sounds stupid. Let's.
All right. So that one's completely out. It was a dumb name to begin with.
All right. Second order of business is coast seems pretty clear. It seems like there's some obstacles, but nothing we weren't expecting. Magpie says they didn't see any monsters.
Did they check under the water?
No, I don't think. Hey, Magpie, did you look under the water?
No, it's really like murky, and that seems like a bad idea for me.
Agreed.
You're smart.
Like a bad idea for you.
She's smart. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is we need to be careful because they're going to be jumping out of the water.
Can I observe another place?
You can, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's one of the spell options for sure.
Beck will take out a kaleidoscope and like look through it, and as they're twisting and changing all of the colors, they're trying to hone in on to the clutch and like its underwater layer. And I rolled a 11.
11. Then you do what you set out to do. Is this a black magic? Oh no, you're observing a place.
Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, you can freely visualize inside through your kaleidoscope as the different like little confetti pieces reshape, and maybe it'll make the image look a little funky as it's less clear and kind of more artistic as the little kaleidoscope pieces kind of move into shape to view the inside of the salination plant. And Magpie, of course, is 100% correct. There's murk and sticks and logs in here, which have to have been brought in here because it's not like they would naturally fall without some sort of like tornado or something. And as you get past into the sort of fenced off area, you can see that there are 4 massive like tubs or like vats where the water would go, where it would change through being salt water, go through the filtration system, slowly fill up into like a clean tank, would then be put through some iodine, things like that would make it safe to finally drink before it could be pumped out into the rest of the city. And one of them is noticeably darker and more like murky, and there appear to be like logs floating along the top, just kind of like free hanging. There is like it almost looks like as if someone, like a giant, sneezed across the field. Like, it looks disgusting. There's this sort of like yellowy green slop along the floor. This place will be kind of like hard to walk around and keep your footing in. Like, it would be very easy if standing on the ridge of one of the vats to slip and fall in and then be in a very dangerous area.
Can I eyeball how many like Gatormen might be in there?
Roll me read a bad situation.
Oh, that's a 5.
Can I assist?
Yeah, I mean, multiple of you can, since you're all there, if you'd like. As I'm imagining that Becca's like talking and explaining what she's seeing.
Yeah.
I got a 5.
That's plus cool?
Yeah.
8.
8. All right, so you're up to 6.
Sure, I'll try to help out by reminding them about all the commonalities between lobsters and gators.
We're gonna have to talk about this at some point.
You said it's cool.
Yeah. What day we will have a lobster episode?
So I rolled a 8.
8. All right, then thankfully you brought it to 7, which is good because gators are ambush predators. So not having a good awareness would have been really bad. Go ahead and ask your questions.
I would say, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? Because I want to, be able to pick out the Gatormen that are maybe like camouflaging as logs or
you're dead on.
wings.
For sure. None of the gators are out and prowling the scene. They are sitting there waiting for someone to approach. Odds are they are waiting for like a worker or like a janitor or someone to like come to check out like why the water is so fucked up, so that they could just reach up, draw them in, and either devour them or morph them into a disgusting gator man. So all of them are waiting in the water. If you're going to get close to it to start pouring things in, they will all reasonably jump out to assault you, which means that reasonably, if you want to get near them, you have to like draw them out, or near to the water to like dump stuff in. You'd have to draw them out of the water.
So then I have a question. Why don't we just figure out a way to deliver these chemicals, like, from farther away so we don't have to go right next to the vat?
I don't know. It feels narratively unsatisfying.
We can sandlot this shit.
Yeah, you mean like a slingshot?
I was thinking more of trebuchet, but yes.
Like a much better slingshot.
We have a pickup truck. If we just like hit the front end real bit, like hard, we can maybe shoot. Anyway,
why don't we just put a brick on the accelerator?
We have an army of ninjas
and
a gang here. If we draw the Gatorman off to the side, then presumably one person can drive the truck into the water with all the chemicals, right?
Yeah. Do we have a particular attachment to the truck, or can we just drive it into the water and leave it there?
I think we maybe try and split the Gatormen in half, because we have two groups. We have the gang and the warrior monks. So if they go off on either side, and we each go with a half, and then we have the kid drive the truck in and Chalamet cover him.
The young man.
Yes.
You want me to drive?
You or Chalamet. Yeah, like you two just protect the truck and then cover each other and drive it into the water.
I think Chalamet like puts a hand on Lewis's shoulder and is like, "You'll do great, brave Lewis," or Mr. Steele.
Flint takes his finger off of his nose.
Okay. Then is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Lee, can we call the episode Mighty Morphin Gator Danger?
I spiritually do not want to do this. What if it feels really right?
God, I hope all of these gators are different colors.
You wouldn't let us name that one episode Turtle Power, and I just feel like we've earned it.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
Okay, just think
so
about
good.
like how much you do or do not love the listeners, and then I guess we
Oh
just
no, I made the game plan like Leo.
Yeah, you kind of did.
And we have an actual Casey Jones now. Damn it.
Yep.
Okay. I'm fine. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, Chalamet, I'm not sure if we told you, but you're a Splinter.
I did assume that when you said anything about the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Well, we also named you Splinter in the group chat.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Yeah, Rashida loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I'm happy to fill the role. I'm sorry, my niece, Rashida.
Oh, okay.
April O'Neil.
Actually, what kind of name is what? Is that what is that, Serbian?
No, you know the woman from that one park show? Plays a nurse.
Rashida?
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Then her name is Rashida.
Is this a Lee fuck up or a Chalamet fuck up? All right.
Yeah.